Everything you're about to hear is for entertainment purposes only. Listen, have some fun, but don't ever do, believe, or promote anything they say. They're idiots.
Guys, hold up. You should know, this ain't for everybody. Welcome to Savagely Loud. What's happening, people? Guys, welcome back to the show for the people that understand that facts divided by feelings equals failure. I'm Cliff, I'm your host, and I got Big Dave Anderson, the big bad Viking, in with me again as my co-host like normal. I'm also joined by, we're also joined. I always leave Dave out. I'm still so used to doing this solo. You know, I have a tendency to leave Dave out. And with somebody that ugly, I don't know how we could possibly...
Come on, man. This is a face only a mother can love. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, some shit that could gag a maggot. But we're joined by another friend of ours today. We'll get to him, but before that, you know the drill. If you want to help us out, get these words out, get these truths out, you can follow me at Savagely Loud on Instagram. That's where I'm most active. And on that page, you're going to find two links. One of those links is to the Savagely Loud podcast page. If you could please follow me there too, it'd be greatly appreciated, as that will inevitably be my backup page, and it helps get the show out there, helps grow the show's page, and we all need that. The other link you're going to find on that page is a simple link tree. Anywhere you want to hear my bullshit or see my rants, you can find it there, easy peasy. Outside of that, Facebook, X, and Rumble at Savagely Loud, YouTube at Savagely Loud Podcast. Please don't forget to subscribe. And you can email me in at savagelyloud@gmail.com, and I strongly suggest you do if you want to guarantee that I see your communication. Last but not least, yeah, that's right. You got it. Don't forget to like, comment, and share the material. It really, really does help us out. And for the love of everything you love, rate and review the show on Apple iTunes and Spotify. It really, 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 really does a lot for breaking our show into the algorithm. So please just take a second out of your day. I'm begging you, pretty please, with cherry on top, the whipped cream, sprinkles, all that good shit. Go ahead and rate and review the show. Give us a good rating. That all being said, Big Dave Anderson, how we doing today, brother?
I'm doing good, brother. Doing good, man. It's just another beautiful day to be alive.
Weren't you just whining about being tired? Come on, be honest, boy.
I'm tired. My work is running me through the ground. This is the time of year where we're super fucking busy. So yeah, it's just
freeze thaw cycles and
yeah, it's brutal.
Well, at least you're here. At least we're going to have a good conversation with our guest. Brandon Ray is with us. If you don't recognize him, he is Ray's Moto Life on Instagram, as well as many other things. Let's do the housekeeping. We'll do it a little different order. Dave, let everybody know where they can find you.
All right, y'all can find me on social media. I'm heavily active over there on Instagram and Facebook at The Hammer Drops. If you want to get in touch with me, it's best to email me, and you can email me at david@thehammerdrops.com.
Brandon Ray, Mr. Thank you for being on the show here, brother.
Yes, sir. How you doing tonight?
I got zero complaints for you. Before we get started, why don't you let everybody know where they can find you?
All right. So Facebook is right now cut out, canceled. So on Instagram, it's Ray's Moto Life. On YouTube, you can find me here at Brandon_Ray80. Also on X, you can find me at Brandon Ray80 or Ray. Just look up Ray's Moto Life. A lot of that is still connected to that channel. You can also find me on Rumble under Brandon Ray80, and let's see, Kick. You can find me under Brandon Ray80. So most of those platforms, I'm active. The ones I just said, I'm active every day. I'm posting something every day. YouTube, I'm running live streams at least 4 days a week in the mornings around 10:30 in the morning. So that's where you can find me heavily. If you want to find me during the day, it's either Instagram or YouTube. So
awesome. Nice. I found you on Instagram because you had commented on something. I posted something, and we met relatively early on in my way, like in January of 25. I switched up my content. Went a totally different direction. I just got tired of the world, and I was just like, fucking attention, black people, attention, attention, everybody. And you had commented on something, and we just hit it off because you're just you're just totally normal, natural dude. And then when you have a conversation with you, you're not. I could say you're the opposite of me, really. Like I'm all fucking blah, yeah, blah, and you're just like, yeah, dude, we'll just keep this cool, keep this quiet.
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes, yeah. I get on my rants, you know, I get going, but yeah, I think it was something I commented on, and then I did an incoming remix video over, you know, Huck, someone saying something about Huck or
Oh,
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
And I broke it down. I broke down a video and I posted it on Facebook or something and Instagram. And I think we connected through that as well. And yeah, I mean, I get going. I'm a talker, you know, I talk a lot, especially on my show. I usually do 4 to 8 hour streams just by myself as a commentary. I used to do the hour live streams, you know, and do it and try to push so much stuff in an hour. And I just finally got to the point where it's just like, you know, people like to come in and go out, you know, they come in for lunchtime and work and blah, 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 and stuff like that. So, you know, it's, you can find me rarely, you know, pretty active. So, no, I mean, you've took off, I believe, on Instagram quite quick with your chats, you know, which is good. You know, that means people are listening, people are wanting to hear you, you know. So, so that's good. But I'm glad to be here tonight. You know, I'm glad to see you too. You know, knuckleheads, I would say, people I would associate with. You know,
Oh, yeah.
you look like my kind of people. I may do commentary, but you know, I'm true Harley, you know, grunge, you know, riding motorcycles. You know, I'm not the rub, the rich urban biker. You know what I mean? I don't have the Harley just sitting in the garage. You know what I mean? I've got them under a carport and I'm working on them. I don't wear the weekend warrior clothes. You know, I wear, you know, what you see is what you get every day. So yeah, I'm an authentic guy. I don't put on a persona for people. I try not to ever put on this character, because a lot of people get on social media and they have this character.
Yep.
And then when they put this character on, and then if you ever meet them, like I've met people in real life, and it's like, that's not even you, man. That's not what you know, what you're portraying, what you're doing, you know, and it's disappointing. And then I'm like, I like real original people. You know what I mean? I like someone that's true to themselves and that has principles and will stand on their morals and their values and don't back down for nothing, you know, not on those, you know. So
well, and the hardest thing about social media now is, like you said, everybody's playing a character, but the difficult thing about that is, you know, back in the day, if somebody was playing a character, they let you know. Like, it was obvious that this is a character, this is a comedy routine. Like, it's very blatantly obvious. Now they're selling themselves as this, but they're not actually that. And then when you corner them, because I've had the same instances where I've met somebody that I you know, people that I've admired, that I enjoyed their content or whatever, and I went to talk to them, and they were just absolutely nobody I'd ever want to talk to in my entire life. But when you corner them, then that's when the character, you know, it's a character on social media, you know, like, no, I think you're just a piece of shit. Okay.
Exactly.
Your character on social media was actually cool. You should be more like the character. You know?
Exactly. I've met those people too, man. I've been like, dude, and I don't like follow anyone. Like, I follow people, like, now I'm subscribed. I'll say subscribe to people on YouTube, or follow, you know, subscribe to them on the platforms, but I don't. And I know what you're saying. And I want to get that clear, because we're kind of men that don't. I'm 45, man. I've never followed like you get these groups of people on social media, and like, you'll get them in these, and there's certain genres in, you know, social media. You'll get the car guys, the motorcycle guys, or the debater guys, or the commentary guy, and people are like, oh, I follow that dude, I love it, you know, and that's cool if you like that person, but I don't follow any man. You know what I mean? I don't follow people. I'm not based in any group. I'm not dedicated to anyone. I'm not a what do they call that over in that other group? They call them, anyways, they think that, you know, like, you have to stand 10 toes down completely for this guy, no matter if you believe he's right or wrong. If you don't, they're almost like, and this is conservative people. And it's like, even if you don't agree, they're like the fucking Democrats, excuse my language. They're like the Democrats. They out you on social media. If you're not like completely agree, even though you know that person's wrong, like, I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not going to, you know, blindly follow anybody. I'm a grown man. I got, you know, 3 daughters. I've raised, my youngest is 17. No one's raised my kids. No one's paid my bills. You know, we do that. I've done that. I don't listen to like people trying to, you know, like in those groups. Social media can be so funny with characters and people, and that's fine. If if you don't like me being real and blunt and myself, I don't have time for people like that. You know what I mean? I'll bounce.
Oh yeah.
So,
And part of what you said right there is the followers thing. Like even in my heart, like I have a hard time telling people, like when they say how many followers do you have? And I always say like none. Like what are you talking about? Like none. What do you mean? Well, on your social media, you have followers. Like, oh yeah. And it feels fucked up. Like
it does.
There's something about that word. Like I feel like shit when I call my fucking, my fans and whatever like this. I feel like shit when I call them followers. I don't mind calling them fans because I'm a fan of things, and that's a whole different proposition. You don't, but when you call somebody a follower, I feel like you're kind of calling them a bitch.
Yeah, it is.
I can't say like all these people follow me. Like, dude, no. I let's say I have a fair amount of fans. I have
associates. I have networking people. You know what I mean? Like I don't like to call them followers either, because I think more of my people than that. I'm not going to downgrade them by saying they follow me, because they're not following me to nothing. You know what I mean? They watch, they're fans. A lot of them, I do network with a lot of people. So a lot of them it's like a relationship. It's like a man and woman, or a wife and husband. It's a networking. It's a trade system, a bargaining. It's like, okay, what can you do for me and what can I do for you? You know what I mean? It's seriously, it's like, I'm not saying I use people or they use me. What I'm saying is, I think you know what I'm saying. Like, I'm not going to downgrade my people because when I actually associate with these people, I've had many meetups, like motorcycle YouTuber meetups. We've done social media meetups. I've met hundreds of people that that's on my channels, that we've rode motorcycles with, to rallies, to chopper campouts. I got some of the best fucking friends in those areas over there, in those places. And I would never say they follow me. You know what I mean? To me, I'm like you, that's a downgrade in my book. We're friends or we're associates,
right?
So I agree.
I was just going to say, maybe social media should really start to think about changing that followers thing to something that's a little bit different.
Well, like YouTube, it's subscribers. You know what I mean? So it's subscribers. Right. You got subscribers. They're not following you off a mountain or a cliff somewhere. You know what I mean? So, because to me, it does sound messed up.
Well, and unfortunately, I think that just conditions people by saying followers on social media. Just conditions people to, like, you got to follow people. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially in the political spectrum, like, I'm going to follow this guy. I'm going to go follow Trump. And people just take that absolutely literally, whether it's either side of the aisle.
Well, and I think a lot of it too. I mean, like, so like because we always devil's advocate, like I can see the platform side of it, like, oh, they follow the page, because it's weird to say like, you fanned the page, like, whatever that word is, adjective, noun, whatever, I don't know what I'm retarded. Okay. So whatever that word is, I can see like it's gotta be an action too, and it could be just the page, it could be the site, but with subscribers, it feels like, it's like we have subscription models and then we have free pages, we do got to figure something out, because it does have a negative connotation. And when you're a stand-up person, and I've even had conversations, that's why I say person, is because I've had conversations with women that feel the exact same way we do. They're like, I had a conversation with a friend of mine, she's got like 2.6 million followers, and she's like, ugh, please don't call them followers. I'm like, I don't know.
And I totally agree. It's it sounds degrading, and like, I think it also depends on what you do on social media. If you like, I consider a lot of people that's followed me for years, and I just said that word again. I'm a streamer. I stream just about every day on YouTube, and it's like, yes, I do drop videos and stuff. I don't stream as much on Instagram, but I stream on YouTube and Rumble. So it's like, I have people that come in, they communicate with me live while I'm live. You know what I mean? So I don't consider it like followers. They're watchers, they're associates. You know what I mean? So I do think that I think it's a double-edged sword. It's like, is it downgrading? Really? I guess it is to people that take it as a downgrade. When you say my followers, if they take it that way, I always try to just say my friends and my family, my people here, my people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're my fucking people.
Well, because
I try to actually have relationships with these people, man. I communicate with everybody in my chat. I try to talk to everybody, answer every question. I'm not that asshole big time, streamer where I only going to answer your question if you super chat me and give me money. You know what I mean? I'm not that guy, man. I don't leave people behind. I've still got the same people I associate with 6 years ago when I first started streaming on YouTube. Just because I've got thousands of subscribers doesn't mean I take off and get into this other page and forget my people that started with me. You know what I mean? I'm there. I'm still there with those people. And I love those people.
That's what's hard on the flip side for the associate term. If we flip sided, because if you just call everybody an associate, that feels it kind of has that connotation to it where it makes everything sound transactional. Like every relationship I have is transactional. What can you do for me? Yeah. So what do you got over there, Dave? I see that lip twitching over there.
Oh no, I was just what you just said. I mean, that was kind of funny, actually. That's probably why I was twitching a little bit.
Yeah. So, but tell us about this stream, because you know what, one of the biggest topics, going around right now, amongst other things, is censorship. And as we've talked, the proverbial they, the air quotes they've been on your ass for quite some time now. So let's talk about that, because there's a lot of people out here that like to talk a lot about censorship, but don't know anybody that's been censored. They don't know anybody. They themselves have never been censored. And it's not like, oh, they took my page down or they gave me a 30-day, restriction. No, your shit gets wiped out. Years of work just gets wiped off the map. So tell us about your
Well, let's start with Facebook. I've been on Facebook for probably 15, 20 years, I guess. I had a main page where I kept, and then I started doing a political page. And like I said, I even posted on this page, 10 years ago. I've been doing this on that page 11 years, political stuff, also motorcycle stuff. I bring in my whole life. And that's why I named my stuff Raised Motor Life, because I wanted to bring in everything I do. Like I stream, show people stuff daily, what I do daily. I video, show people stuff, what I do, my motorcycle trips, or just my daily life, what my political beliefs are, my opinions, commentary, stuff like that. And I was really active I got up to 25, 26,000 on Facebook on this one they canceled. And I had Messenger and all that. Well, here back in, I think it was January, they sent me an email saying I need to verify my account. And I'm like, okay, sure. So I go into my email and I put in my information. And then they send me an email saying, this is not you. We cannot verify this is you. And I'm like, okay, why can't you do that? So I put in the code and the password, blah, blah, blah. Well, next thing I know, a buddy of mine is contacting me and saying, hey, dude, where's your Messenger? It's completely gone. I can't find you. It's wiped off. It's gone. I don't even know if my Facebook page is still there. Somebody said it was still active. So they said, basically, I could not prove it was me. They canceled that account. I am no longer even allowed. Even if I download Facebook app again, I had to delete it. Even if I download it again, as soon as I go to start a new account, it pops up the same shit and says, I cannot get into Facebook whatsoever. So that's completely gone. So yes, YouTube, I had 3 channels. I had one taken, canceled, was completely done with. They just said, hey, we're taking down your content. They sent me an email, didn't give me a chance to file for an appeal or any of that stuff. So I created these other channels. I had the Golf and Biker, where I golf and I was showing golfing content. Then I had my right lane talk media channel. I had an actual media channel I created. Got active on it, started downloading things on it. And then my big channel that I had since 2021, I believe it was Raised Motor Life. I started out as motorcycle content, all my rallies and my meetings. I had companies. I don't like to really work with a lot of companies, but I worked with 2 or 3 boot companies and different companies with, companies would send me aftermarket parts and stuff for my bike. I would do a review, blah, 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 got heavy into that stuff and really got sick of like I really wanted to bring it all to one channel. So I did. And then once I started bringing the political talk and all that this past year, I think it was October, somewhere in there, I get an email saying, well, your Gmail has been hacked, blah, blah, blah. They installed a Trojan horse in my laptop, completely wiped my laptop, messed it up completely. I fought with Google, finally got them on the phone. They said I got hacked from Bangladesh or some shit like that. But here's the funny thing. They kept saying I couldn't prove it was my channel. I couldn't prove it was me, and I'm putting in my code. And they're on the screen with me. The dude from Google's controlling my screen now, remind you. You know what I mean? Like I allowed him access. I'm talking to Google on the phone while he's controlling my screen, looking through my system to verify it's me. I told him my channel. He's like, well, I can't prove that's me. And I'm like, dude, I'm not in Bangladesh. Look at me. It's me. You're sitting here looking through my freaking camera on my screen. Anyways, we go back and forth. They expired. When they kill your Google account and your channels, they expire. It's called expired. They expire your account. That's what it is. It's gone. They completely took it, but they didn't delete it. What's messed up here is you can go look up Ray's Moto Life on YouTube, and it's there. You can join and be a member and pay monthly fees. You can do all this. Guess what? You're paying it to YouTube. So don't do that.
Well,
I was on 50K subs, and I've got some to my new backup channel here. And then this past Christmas Day, shit you not, I get an email from YouTube again. And then they're saying, hey, you're demonetized. Didn't give me a chance to file for it. Said you get to refile in 3 months. So at the 25th of this month, I get to file to be monetized again. So they killed that, crashed that, said I need to make a happier, friendlier channel. I'm like, damn, I'm not that bad, or I didn't think I was.
Right.
I'm very blunt. I'm very outspoken, but I'm not like crazy stuff. You know what I mean? Like off over the top kind of shit. And it's like, why did I just get this again? So a week after I got demonetized, they shadow banned me on YouTube. And what that means is they completely take you out of the algorithm. I went from 1,000 to 1,500 in my everyday live stream chat, inside the chat, people watching, communicating with me. And you can go look at some of my live streams. I got 27,000 that was in there. I got thousands of people that was in there. I can't hardly get 10 right now in there because I'm completely shadow banned, but I'm not stopping. I keep going. You know what I mean? I'm just going to keep going because, like I said, I'm not doing it for money. If I did, I'd have toted the line. I'd have shut my mouth or whatever, and I'd have posted happy content and never opened my mouth about politics or none of that. So, but yeah, people don't understand what cancel means until you actually get canceled. And when your voice gets taken, even if they leaving you there on the channel, like I am here, like my channel is active on YouTube, but I can't get it. I can't get anyone to see it. You know what I mean? They dropped me out of the algorithms. They took my advanced features away. Then I filed to get those back. They said they gave them back to me, but they're not putting me back in the algorithms. So yeah, when you're canceled, you're completely, and I started a TikTok within 10 videos within the first week. 2 of them, they done gave me 2 strikes. Because I said Trump, I got on there and it was actual video of me, and I was saying, you liberals and Democrats cannot complain. Trump freed, the Palestine people, you know what I mean, by taking out Hamas and all that shit, blah, blah, blah. And they struck me for that stuff, just saying that, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I deleted TikTok. I was like, the hell with that. I'm not going through this issue with these people. So I deleted the TikTok. PayPal, I'm not allowed on. I think it's PayPal or one of them. PayPal, they canceled me off of that. So I'm not allowed on one of those pay apps because I was connected through my channel with YouTube, my first channel. And then, how I got paid. Well, this new channel, I was up to about $1,400 the week I got demonetized on this new channel. And I take snapshots. I got it all receipts. So when they demonetized me, I emailed them like, hey, where's my payment? It's the end of the month because you get paid at the end of the month. Every, end of the month rolls over. I still haven't seen a cent from them or anything. So they still ain't paid me my money or nothing. So I'm telling you, when you get canceled, this is how you get canceled, unless they just wipe your stuff completely off. And they told me if I create a new channel on YouTube right now, while I'm going through this battle with them, then they're going to just wipe out everything and I'll never be allowed back on YouTube again. So
that is wild.
Yeah.
That is completely wild, especially
that's the truth.
Yeah. And I've watched some of your stuff, and like the stuff that you put out.
I'm not bad.
Right. That just blows my mind that they have gone that far just to silence you for like nothing.
Yeah, that's
really what I don't get. Like, I'm not as bad as Benny Johnson or some of these other commentators. You know what I mean? And I'm like, what am I doing wrong? You know what I mean? Like, what have I said? I don't talk about the little hat people. I don't talk about that country. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't do that stuff. I don't really, you know what I mean? And it's like, how come they're targeting somebody like me? I don't know if it's because they know I can grow fast, but you would think they'd want to make money, you know, because I can grow. I get the people in. I'm entertaining, like, especially if you watch my other channel. I mean, like, it took me like 4 years to get up to almost 50K subs, but still, you know, I worked at it, blah, 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 you know, a lot of people there. And it's like, when people started listening in, I started getting millions. Oh, I had to go through this new account right here. They said I was copying my another reason they demonetized me, because I was reusing, is what they said, reusing my shorts from Instagram that I was making myself. I've got shorts that had 2 million. Every short just about that I was dropping had 200,000 to 300,000, or every one of them was getting, you know, 100K or more, 500K views, all this. I mean, if you go look at my channel right now and just go to the description, you'll see I've got, I think, well over 10 million views already on this channel, but my other one had over 30 something million views altogether on that one. Even on my Right Lane Talk Media channel, I walked in Walmart and filmed in 2024 how expensive cheese was. And it right now is still active. They still got those channels active. Right now, it's still got over 2 million views. Like, I know how to do this. I've been doing this for so long. I know how to get people to my channel. I don't buy my shit. You can tell by the real interactions, you know, the comments, the views, everybody, you know, interacts with me. But here's the thing. I know how to get people to my channel. I've got on people's channel like this and critiqued and said, this is what you need to do, don't do this. And they'll grow within a month. They'll have, you know, 1,000 more followers or 5,000, you know, and I can do that for some reason. I'm not trying to brag, but I'm saying I've done it so long. I know what to attack and what not. Like with the channels, I know where to go in the spaces. I know what to hashtags, how to do certain things in your StreamYard to make it, to do the tags to where they do push it. But for some reason, it's like, we don't like this motherfucker. We're going to kill him. You know, we're taking him out. We're taking his channels. We don't want him talking. And I'm like, what am I saying? Maybe I do political review commentary.
Maybe it's just because you're so gentle and effective. You know, they like the shocking things. Like, you know, like I've talked to a lot of people, and this isn't saying that I'm never going to get got, but I've talked to a lot of people that do far less edgy shit than I do, far more toned down than I do it.
Yeah.
And they go through all sorts of hell, and I haven't been through that yet. I get I'm always I live shadowbanned now, but I still get the fucking views. I still get the thing. And, you know, but then they come in and they make all these changes like, oh, you know, now we're going to judge your monetization on this metric and that metric that we've never used before because it won't make you any money. We're going to use those now, so we have to pay you less and this and that and the other thing. So it's an always changing, forever evolving infrastructure of hoops you got to jump through.
The terms of service,
time.
Everybody calls it TOS on YouTube. The TOS on all these platforms, the terms of service, when you sign it, they changed it this year on 2026 on YouTube. And I've actually, you know, I've commented on a lot of your shows you've done with other people. And I've actually even tried and said, hey, you know, and I'm telling you right now, and I'm trying, and I think I've told you this once before, if or when you get to this channel monetized and you start monetizing these videos or these streams, you liable to get hit because there's certain topics that's there that you've done that's edgy. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like when you do the monetization, if you do that on YouTube, when you get to that point, start out by just monetizing your live streams and like memberships. Don't monetize your whole channel yet, because you need to go through your videos, and anything you talk about the tiny hat people and all that, they will hit you harder than anything. Now you can go and put those on private or members only, and then monetize your videos, or go through and click which videos you want monetized, and the ones you think that will get through. You know what I mean? So it's real tricky. They're making it so hard is what they're doing. They're making it tough to do anything. So,
well, in a sense though, I'll be honest with you. In a sense, I like it. In a sense, I want it to be harder.
That's me.
This place is so fucking saturated with douchebags and retards that all have a big mouth, a lot of opinions, and zero information, that it's actually kind of nice to watch these motherfuckers fall off, you know?
Yeah. I was watching another guy's video when they came out, and they said 2026, they crushed so many channels. They demonetized, they banned, and like a lot of Christian channels, like they say they're repeats, they're reusing the titles or the theme, the AI videos. A ton of AI channels got demonetized and pushed down, like over 100,000 of them on YouTube. Because I've done the studies. There's 80 million videos get downloaded a day on YouTube, including shorts. There's 80 million, and there's over 100 million people that's on YouTube. So you can find anything on, but if you like Chinese or Filipino people digging huts and houses out of the mud, and I love that shit. I get addicted to watching that stuff. You know what I mean? Sticks. Yeah. Here's some bamboo, and they cut it, and they build these houses. I mean, you can find, if you want to find a woman eating her dinner with her feet, you can do it. I mean, there's so much stuff. And that's what's crazy. It's like, I think they want you to toe this line to where there's no pushback, there's no political talk, there's no, you know what I mean? Like there's no.
I think the politics is a big player in it, because I'll tell you this. So I was blowing the fuck up at I was getting followers, that word again, but I was getting followers at a rate that, I mean, people with fucking 5, 6, 700,000, 1 million, 2 million followers were messaging me like, how the fuck are you doing this? You're buying your shit. I got that accusation a lot.
Oh yeah.
And then and I'll tell you the exact video I did. I did the very first video I did, where I introduced my logo for the far middle, which is, it's just where I stand. It's not actually a movement of any sort. It's just where I stand, and people ate it up. So I put the fucking picture up on the video. I overlaid it on the video. And that day I was getting, typically between 13 and 30,000 views per video. That day I got 2,230 views on that video. It never fucking moved. And then every video after that was fucking shit. And I'm just now starting to come back. But here's the weird thing is, if you look at my Instagram page or my Facebook page, my views are the views are the videos they're allowing to be viewed are the videos where I talk about the black community. I talk about the Muslim community. I talk about shitty white people. As soon as, like, if you just mention, like Trump not being awesome, you're done. Like we're literally right. We're literally there now. If you mention Trump not being awesome, they're going to shut you down. If you mention the fact that you might not subscribe to the left or the right, and fuck them both, you're done. Like that's where we're at now. They're forcing people onto sides.
Well, here's the thing. The family, the right-wing aligned Ellison family, bought these platforms now, and this is true facts right here, because Netflix didn't want to keep bidding on these platforms, and this came out like a couple of weeks ago. So the Ellison family will be controlling TikTok, CBS, CNN, HBO, Disney Channel, BET, Cartoon Network, Comedy Central, DC Studios, Comics, Fango, Miramax, MTV, Nickelodeon, Paramount, Pluto TV, Showtime, TBS, the CW, TNT, Warner Brothers, and more. These are the platforms the Ellison family paid and they bought. So things will be changing a lot towards more. You know what? I tell you what, I don't even want them to favor me because I'm a conservative. Just give us a level playing field.
Yeah.
Stop taking my shit down and allowing leftists to sit and say they're going to unalive people and do this and that, and everybody should be unalive. Right. You know what I mean? And I don't even say that kind of stuff, and I get taken down and canceled. Stop. Just make it even. You know what I mean? Even out the playing field. Allow us conservatives to grow more like you do. I mean, there's leftists that's got millions of followers, and I'm like, really? I say one thing and it's like strike here, strike there, strike, it's like, so I'm hoping that when they take over this platform, this family, at least maybe get some level common sense people to even these things out. So it's not so hard on a lot of creators,
I don't think you're getting level playing fields out of Larry Ellison. Like, I don't.
You don't think so?
No, fuck no, dude. Dude, okay, so when TikTok was owned by China, that shit was bad enough.
Oh yeah.
And then, dude, when Larry bought it, when Ellison bought it,
he hasn't took it over yet.
He's got all of.
They're
his
not
commands,
running the algorithm.
Yeah, but his commands are already input, and that's why they're banning motherfuckers left and right. I've never seen I got banned on TikTok when it was China Talk. And I'm never going back. Like, I got banned.
That's when I quit. That's when I deleted my account.
I got banned for dumb shit that I had put way worse up there, and they banned me for that shit. I'm like, fuck you guys. But now people that I knew, they were all making it through. As soon as they announced the buyout, it wasn't but a couple of weeks, and a charter of some sort got put through the company. And next thing you know, creators just dropping like flies. Just every day, I knew at least five a day that would get dropped from TikTok banned.
Now, was those conservative channels?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's conservative or anybody. It's anybody but the purple-haired leftist with too many opinions, or the people that
I heard a lot of people that speak about that little country over there is the ones being kicked out. You know what I mean? The ones that are booting the system now. And that's the thing when I'm doing my lives, like, I don't care to call Trump out. You know what I mean? I'll call him out on his mistakes. I call him out on their shit. He's not the greatest. You know what I mean? Right. He's the greatest president of my lifetime, but he doesn't do everything right. Right. He messes up. He does a lot of shit. He's got a lot of employees like Pam Bondi. I do not agree with. She needs to be gone. Just like Christy Nome. Gone. Bye. See you. Get somebody in there that knows how to run this shit. You know what I mean? Right. But here's the thing. I will call them out. Maybe that's why they don't like, because I'm not kissing their ass. I don't know. Yeah. But I'm not afraid to call them out. And I feel like a lot of people that channels have been deleted and stuff is the creators, the content creators that are saying, wait a minute, we don't agree with this. We don't agree with Iran. We don't agree with what he's doing over here. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's a lot to do with it because he is connected with the Ellison family,
And maybe, maybe it comes down to like we said earlier, they force you into sides. So maybe there's three sides in order to make it. You either have to be left and have everybody on the right hate you, or you have to be right and have everybody on the left hate you, or there's this very special little demographic that I fit into and a couple of my friends fit into where you don't fit anywhere and everybody fucking hates you. So we'll let you be up here as, just another level of opposition for people to disagree with and drive them harder into the left and drive them harder into the right.
Well, I mean, it's the same with like Megyn Kelly. They all went to this place where no one can stand them. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like, why? They're speaking truth. Why are you saying, you know what I mean? Like, why do you people worship these people for years on TV and all this shit and loved them. And as soon as they have a problem with what reality is, because I'm a realist too, you know what I mean? I see what's right, what's wrong. I know it, you know what I mean? I can see with my eyes, and I don't believe everything I hear, and I believe only half of the shit I see. So, I mean, it's, but they put these people in a group, and it's like, they completely disavow them, disown them, and it's like, wow, because they have the courage to stand up and say, I don't agree with you.
Yeah. And to an extent, like, but when you get into like Candace, that bitch is nuts.
Yeah.
Like,
not
only is she fucking nuts, she's working with Erica
Puffs.
Kirk to make millions of dollars on this whole fucking thing.
That's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I don't even get on those topics on my channel because on her and that topic, because I just think the cheese fell off that cracker a long time ago, like it's not, she's not there for me. And that's what I was talking about, like followers. I don't follow anybody like her followers. Her followers are so dedicated. They are like, they cry if you disagree with what she's saying. You know what I mean? No, she's right. All this shit, So it's like, that's what I was talking about when I was saying followers. I don't follow anybody like that. It's funny because there's a lot of people that just, they die hard for her. You know what I mean? And these people, and it's like, dude, can you not see what we see? She is cuckoo, man.
Right.
Hey, a lot of conspiracy stuff has come true, but the things that she has said is really like, that's not even conspiracy. It's cuckoo. It's wackadoodle stuff, man. It's unrealistic. Like he was a time traveler and all this shit. And coming to me in my dream. I just think she's a woman. Not to get on this subject, I'll get off of it real quick. I'll land my plane right here. She's jealous because he didn't marry her and bring her into that fortune and create it with her like they started out. I believe she's like a scorned woman, and it's all about revenge.
I don't think any of that. I think this is a fucking well-placed grift.
It's a game.
We know Erica Kirk is a CIA plant from when she was a fucking child.
True.
We don't know much about Candace Owens other than her dad or some shit's in the FBI. She's got all these massive connections to all these fucking giant money bags and the Jews and all this other shit. I see it as a show. It's just a show. Yep. Do you want to watch the Candace and Erica show? Do you want to watch fucking Dharma and Greg?
Yeah. Yep. Social media has been given to all of us, and they play it. It's a game, really, and they're playing it right because they're making millions of dollars. They have these people. They're playing it's like Monopoly or something. Like you get to pass go, or you get to this house, and you get to get this, and you get to discuss this, or Game of Life. It's like a board game. Social media. I look at it sometimes when I see certain people. They're playing the game right. Why? Because they don't care who really believes them or not. They're on top up here. They're making their money. They're building their legacy or whatever they want to build. If that's how they want to build it to be remembered, fine. But they're playing a game. We've all been given it, and you got to know how to play it, and you got to know how to get in and out of it if you want to succeed on social media. Now, some people look at it like that. I don't. I look at it like, I'm on here. I love doing this. I love doing live streams. I love giving my message out. I love for people to hear it. You know what I mean? Like, I love doing this. I'm not trying to make 20 million, which would be nice. Yes. But I'm not going to go to that extent of, like I said, degrading myself or I'm going to be myself. I'm going to stand on my principles and my values and stuff. But I will play to a little bit, but not to people's emotions and feelings and over, you know what I mean? I'm not going to bend down to rise up is what I'm saying. Right. I'm not going to lower myself to rise up. I'm not going to lower myself.
What you got over there, Dave?
Well, I was going to say, the weird thing, like with the whole Candace Owen and Megyn Kelly and Tucker Carlson, with all that drama that goes on, it's almost like, it's drawing attention not only to the people that are doing, because I see a lot of conservative, podcasters and stuff like that going after Candace Owens. Mm-hmm. But it's like, not only are you going after Candace Owens, but now people are going to start thinking your followers, or there we go with the followers again, your listeners are going to be like, well, what did Candace Owens really say? Now that's going to draw them to those other platforms to see what exactly is going on. It almost seems like it's
rigged.
This whole cycle that just keeps going. Hey, we're going to give you more followers by doing this. We're going to give you more by doing this. And
but you know what the crazy thing is, Dave? It's like wrestling. They go out there, they perform, they come back in behind the curtain, they all talk to each other. Like, what the hell?
Exactly.
It's lawyers. Like my friends that are lawyers they'll tell you openly. The very first thing we do when you call a lawyer is we found out who the other guy called, and then we go have lunch or we go golfing and we figure out how we're going to draw this trial out so we can make a bunch of fucking money.
Same as Republicans and Democrats. Yep. They get up there and they only say shit in front of a camera. They only love America in front of a camera. But I've heard them say, yeah, we go eat. We're friends with these and them, and we'll go eat lunch together and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, but you're out here pushing each other against each other. The two sides against each other. You got us fighting in the streets. You got people burning cities down. Why don't you come out here and say, hey, we're actually friends. We go eat dinner together. We try to discuss these politics. You know what I mean? Why not tell all of the people out here? I know, but I'm saying, why not tell the people out here, hey, sit down and have a discussion? That's what Charlie Kirk was trying to do.
Yeah, but
he
that's
was trying to get people to have a discussion, and
that's
they didn't
not
like
what
it.
they want. They don't want people.
No, they don't. No, they want
That's-
people at each other's throats. They want the cities to burn. They want them
Chaos.
to stay in power. It's money and power, influence.
Well,
And
I think the main thing is chaos sells. I
Yeah.
mean, let's just be honest.
Drama,
sells,
chaos,
it's
yeah.
good.
Yep.
And chaos sells and division locks in power. That's really what it is. If they keep us divided, then it's a whole lot easier to fight a bunch of fucking pissed off idiots in a bunch of different groups than there is to fight a bunch of pissed off idiots in one group. You know, like it is.
It really is.
And that's why you see a lot on social media. A lot of the people that have like a lot of followers, a lot of engagement and stuff like that, are a lot of the stuff that it's. Let's just be honest, like mind dulling. Just you just sit there and scroll.
God, it's stupid.
But the moment you start to speak about something that's actual facts and stuff like that,
well, they're echo chambers. You know what I mean? They're echo chambers for the GOP or the Democrats or the Fox News. And the thing is, I don't like those echo chambers. Be yourself. Quit feeling like you have to be an echo chamber just to fit in or get along with these people or have connections. And just like the new guy that's taken Christy Noem's place. He got up there and said the other day when he was answering questions and saying something, I've, being in Congress, it's allowed me to buy 3 more companies for my wife and my, for me and my wife's companies to buy other. I'm like, really? You're making that much money up there and you're shitting, and we're fucking struggling to pay gas or people can't afford food, and you're buying companies and businesses off your salary.
Well, the problem is that people get addicted to these teams, because here's the secret for everybody that's listening that's addicted to these teams. This is going to piss you off, but it's a fact. And if you just embrace the reality behind it, you're going to go a lot further, and you're going to live a life that you really don't fucking want to run away from. But the truth is, if you're addicted to being on one of these teams, some giant shit is missing in your life. And you understand that you're not really all that interesting on your own. You have to be part of a group, or you won't get fucking noticed.
You have to be a follower or a chamber.
Do cooler shit, and you'll get noticed. Do cooler shit, and you won't have to be part of a team. Fuck. Do cooler shit, and you'll find yourself being like us. We don't want to be on a fucking team. We do way cooler shit than your team does.
Your people will find you. You don't have to find nobody.
Nope.
Your people will find you. That's the way I've always done social media and life. I be myself. I do what I love, and my people will find me. I never set out to go find anyone. I'm not trying to, fit in this group, and it's true. And I've said this many times in my past. My life has been like the interstate, like a highway. People come into my life. Guess what? Not everybody's meant to go the distance with me. Some people will get off certain exits. Some people will go further with me and get off. Doesn't mean I dislike them or I hate them or none of that or anything bad. There's people in your life that's not meant to go the road with you, and they'll get off at those exits. And for me to go my life, my distance, there is people, if you're yourself and you be true to yourself, will stick with you. They find you and they will ride with you. You know what I mean? And they will stay with you for your journey. And that's your lifelong friendships and partners and people, and I truly believe that with politics. Be yourself. If wherever you stand on politics, your people will find you. Don't go looking for a party.
Stop
be
looking.
yourself. Stand on your principles and your values, and your people will come to you. They will find you. It's just basic.
It all goes back to you find what you're looking for as soon as you stop looking for it.
Exactly.
It always finds you, because then you become see what the problem is for anybody that doesn't quite understand. Let me elaborate on this. The problem is that when you're looking for a group, you're emitting desperation. Nobody's attracted to desperation. What you have to be emitting is confidence, and you can only emit confidence if you're actually doing some shit that is putting you on a better path, moving you in a better direction. Once you start moving yourself in a better direction, you start emitting attraction waves, and you start intriguing people. And they, and especially for me, and I've been told this, they say, I wasn't a fan right away, but I was definitely intrigued. That's all you got to do. if you could just be you, get on your mission, and then focus on that mission without focusing. The problem is people all want to believe they're on this mission. They want to tell you they're on a mission. They want to show you that they're kind of on a mission with a couple social media reels here and there, and then they don't live the mission because they're so fucking busy, not focused on the mission, but rather focused on who's focused on them conducting the mission. Dude, put the fucking blinders on, and all the people that you're worried about seeing you will come to you.
Yep. They're more worried about views and likes and followers, and there goes that word again, but subscribers, whatever you want to say it. Yes, they focus more on the analytics and who's seeing them. It's just like a YouTuber going and giving a bum money and filming it. Like, why are you filming it? Are you true to yourself? Are you trying to...
Okay.
There's a devil's advocate in that situation.
Yeah,
there's some people that really do good, and then there's some people that just want the clout.
I do, and you're not at all wrong, but I always have to push back on that that whole idea that if you do good on camera, you're not actually doing good. I ran a charity organization for 3 years, and the only way we could get people to be a part of it, to come take part, to come donate, is to put good deeds on camera.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that if you with this whole world that we live in, with everything's being so fucking negative, if you turn on Instagram, if you're not a 13-year-old girl, you're probably going to see a bunch of negative shit right out of the gate. You're going to see a bunch of bitching, a bunch of pissing, a bunch of moaning, a bunch of whining, a bunch of crying. You're going to see a bunch of negative shit. So it's also good that you put good deeds on camera to prove to people that they actually exist. Because if people only believe what exists is what they can see. If they never see any good, then they never believe it exists anymore. So although I do 100% agree with you, because there is a horde of motherfuckers out here, and I would venture to lean on your side of saying there is more people that do good deeds on camera because they can get some social media fucking monetization out of it than there is people doing it genuinely. So,
oh no, I agree, and that's why I said I don't think it should be completely out of the realm, but the people that are doing it, they're advertising. You know what I mean? Like you said, you had to advertise to, and I think it's a lot goes back to the younger generation. Like I'm 45, so I'm at the end of the Gen Z or Gen X or whatever it's called. Gen X. I mean, I was born in '80, grew up, teenager in the '90s, loved it. These younger generations, everything has to. Even my kids. I got a 23-year-old. She's married with a kid. I got a 20-year-old. She's in medical school. She's got a boyfriend, and my youngest is fixing to graduate high school. So she's like, wanting hands-on stuff, but everything, even that younger generation it's everything is camera recorded or social media. And now I wasn't even talking about my kids' generation. I'm talking about the 35 to 25 to 35-year-olds. It's like, where did now, and I look at my kids, and I just know how I raise my kids, very good. And I think so, because they're not on all, I don't post my kids on social media, blah, blah, blah. They're not, they have maybe one or two accounts here and there, and they're girls, and they know I've taught them what not to do and all this. And like I said, one's married with a kid. She don't even worry about that stuff. The other one's got a boyfriend. She don't worry about that stuff. And my high schooler, she's in high school focusing on that, but I think she's on Instagram, I think maybe Facebook. But the thing is, they're going to say, oh, you don't know what your kids. Yeah, I do, because I do monitor my kids' stuff. I do pay attention to my children. You know what I mean? I know what they do. They live here at home, except for the oldest one. She don't, But yeah, my 20-year-old, she's in college right now. Like I said, med school. So she lives at home to make it easier on her while she's going to school. But the thing is, the 25 to 35-year-old, they've completely, in my opinion, it's like that clout stuff. They want to chase the clout and this and that. But now my kids' age, it's like we have to, like, not my kids, but their age group. It's like people my age is their parents, and I'm like, how the hell did you raise these dummy ass kids? You know what I mean? Like, my kids are good. They don't do this kind of craziness. If you're my generation and you're 45 to 50 or 40, how is your 20-year-old so messed up? You know what I mean? Like, how are they so woke and crazy or this and that, or whatever? And it's like, what the hell? Where did these people come from?
Yeah.
I'm just rambling, but I'm saying it's crazy because I see these kids. I'm like, thank God my daughter doesn't act like that.
It's because
they're not half naked on social media. They're not doing this only OF, and they're not doing, you know what I mean? Like, they have values and,
right. Well, I'm 43, and I'll tell you, it's because people our age, they all fucking, which I will interject. I used to be Gen X. I'm not happy about being an elder millennial now. This is bullshit. What the fuck is that? Okay,
no
but
shit.
I guess it could be worse. But the problem is that people in our generation, our age group, we were the beginning of the spoiled, right? So it's like we were spoiled enough, on a general basis. I wasn't spoiled. I got my ass handed to me, but we were spoiled enough to where we believed we were entitled to better, and because we weren't getting better, whether it's a car for the birthday or a bigger party or, whatever it is, because we weren't getting better, we were being oppressed. So we then moved on to give our kids everything we, air quotes, never had. My kid, I wanted this as a kid, so I got it for them. And I wanted this and I didn't have it, so I got it for them. True. And now we've got all these fucking kids running around in their 20s and 30s that are just that. They're children still, and they're in their 20s and their 30s because they believe that everything needs to be handed to them, and it needs to be handed to them right now. But when we separate the generations, it is kind of funny because if you go pre us, right, to our grandparents or even our parents, they believed that hard work was the way, which is a fact. Okay, the hard work is the way. The problem is that they never learned that at a certain point, if you transition that hard work into smart work, you can work a little bit lighter. Yeah. And then you could live a little bit more life. Well, what they did is they just said hard work's the only fucking way, and you work yourself into the fucking early grave. That's the way it goes.
Dude, when I was a kid, 40-year-olds were like 80-year-olds to me.
And then now our generation, our age group here, 40 to 50, 43 to 50, we've got we still have the hard work. We just haven't quite figured out how to do the smart work. Yeah. And then we've got the fucking generation after us that they ain't figured out shit, but you give it to me because I owe it. Because you owe it to me.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
I remember growing up watching my parents just work, and it was they instilled at us in a young age, like hard work is what you need to do to be able to succeed. I saw my dad. My dad was a printer by trade. I saw my dad, he was changing some rollers on the printer, and he literally got his thumb stuck and half of it, like the side of the skin, ripped up. And he just took duct tape, wrapped it around, went right back to work. And that's my mentality when I go to work. It's like, if I'm hurting, if I'm sick,
I'll be honest. We was raised by a single mother. My dad was an old school hippie, pothead, never worked. So she divorced him when I was 2, and I'm the youngest boy of 5 boys, and my mother raised all 5 of us and worked hard. We all knew how to do chores and washes. We knew how to wash dishes, laundry, everything. By the time we were 7 years old, she instilled hard work. But she moved us we were born in the country, in the mountains in East Tennessee, but when I was 2, when she divorced my father, she moved us to Nashville. We grew up in the 80s in the East Nashville housing projects, South 606 housing projects off Dickerson Road. If you know anything about those in the 80s, you had to live on concrete floors. You had to sleep on floors, bullets flying through, and crack was coming in. We were the only 5 white kids in the neighborhood. It was tough. And the 5 white kids at school, you know what I mean? In the 80s, it was a rough life, but we managed. We fought every day, going to school and back home, whatever. But that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is she worked hard to get her degrees, got us out of those situations. So I get what you're saying about like giving the kids stuff, because my daughters, man, I just gave my daughter a Harley Davidson, dude. My 17-year-old, she takes her class Saturday, her motorcycle course class. I get what you're saying. I have spoiled my kids, but my daughters work. They're putting themselves through school. You know what I mean?
Right.
They work every day. She goes to school. She goes to work. You know, I have taught them how to work and do things. It's just not giving, you know what I mean? But I get what you're saying about that. But no, I had it rough. You know, we had it rough growing up. We didn't get, like you said, the birthday cards and stuff. My mom was like, there's 5 of you. I can't afford 5 cards. You know what I mean? I can't.
But
we didn't get that stuff.
Speaking of your mom, let's back up for a second, because I think I heard you say that she raised 5 boys.
5 of us, yeah.
And got degrees. Did I hear that degrees.
Right? Yeah. Well, she went back to college in Nashville, got her degrees while we lived poor as fuck, dude. Yeah.
You got a mom that raised 5 kids by herself and then went and got fucking degrees. Okay, what the fuck is everybody's excuse now?
Retired from the state of Tennessee, and then went into the medical field, and then retired from the medical field.
That's
awesome.
That's a testament to fucking to true human strength.
Yeah.
We're approaching the hour, so let's. You know what? I think we should wrap it up on your mom. Give your mom a little honor.
Yeah.
Shout out,
that's absolutely fucking monstrous feat to not only raise 5 kids by yourself. I don't give a fuck what gender you are, but it's definitely harder as a woman. I understand.
Lord, yeah.
And then to go to do the mission, conduct the mission, execute, fucking retire, and then go into another line of work, get degrees. Yeah. Fucking go mom. That's
all
what
the
we're
way.
saying.
Oh, I respect that woman more than anything in this world.
All right, so let's wrap it up there. Before we get to Hopelessly Human, if you want to help us out, get these words out, get these truths out, you can follow me at Savagely Loud on Instagram is where I'm most active, and on that page you're going to find 2 links. One of those links is to the Savagely Loud podcast page. If you could please follow me there too, it'd be greatly appreciated. It will grow the show. It'll be my backup page one day. Come on, just go follow the page, please. I got 65,000 over on Savagely Loud. We can get a little bit better than 1,300 or something on the show page. So do me a solid. Go follow us on the Savagely Loud podcast page, which is, I was cutting clips again today. We're going to be getting more active with some clip work on there. We're going to be working Dave into some of that too. So it's going to start being an awesome page. You're going to want to follow that page. So the other link you're going to find is simple Linktree. Anywhere you want to see my bullshit or hear my rants, you can find it there easy peasy. Outside of that, Facebook, X, and Rumble at Savagely Loud, YouTube at Savagely Loud Podcast. Please subscribe and share it and get all your friends to subscribe. And you can email me in also at savagelyloud@gmail.com, which I strongly suggest you do, because not only are the DMs full, but I like hearing from you guys, and that's the best way to do it. So email me in at savagelyloud@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, comment, and share the material, and rate and review the shows. Please give us a 5-star rating. Get a good review in. It'll really help us out. Dave, next up in housekeeping order, why don't you let them know where they can find you?
All right, y'all can find me on social media. I'm heavily active on Instagram and Facebook at The Hammer Drops. While you're there, don't forget to follow and like and share some of the content, because Facebook loves to shadowban me a lot. And if you want to get in contact with me, the best way to do so is email at david@thehammerdrops.com.
All righty, Brandon Ray, why don't you let everybody know where they can find you with your
possibly
white hat?
Yeah, I did that because Jake Taffer, every time something happened on CNN, Jake Taffer would have a picture of a black man or Hispanic and possibly white suspect. So I figured we would just go with the possibly white. Don't shoot. No. Here's the thing. You can find me on most social media platforms. Here on YouTube, you can find me at Brandon_Ray80. You can find me on Rumble under Brandon Ray80. Also on Kick, Brandon Ray80. On Instagram, it is Ray's Moto Life. It's like a motorcycle. Moto, MOTOLIFE. Ray's, just RAYS. And I'm heavily active on Instagram and YouTube. Like I said, I do YouTube live streams every morning around 10 to 10:30 in the morning. I'll go live depending on, I've had 3 doctor's appointments this week, so I've only went live like twice this week. So, but yeah, we're always like Ninja Turtles in the shadows, guys. We're always shadow banned. So you can find us there in the shadows.
You got it.
That's me. That's my platforms. If you enjoy it, subscribe, follow. If you really want to see where you can find me on my emails and all that, go to the descriptions on the Instagram or the YouTube. You can find out how to support the channels and follow all the other channels there. So thank you for having me on. You guys are great. I love your content. I love hanging out with you guys. I think, we just mash up together good.
Oh, yeah.
And even if we disagree, we still mash up good on certain things. So
well, thanks for being on the show. We're definitely going to have you back.
Yes.
But you guys know what time it is. We've been down in the sticky wickets. We got all the way down in the weeds and the dirt today about censorship and social media bullshit. So let's just do ourselves a little favor and not walk away from the episode all amped up and ramped up with a little segment I like to call Hopelessly Human. And it starts a little bit like...
People can be really rough. They can be quite tough. They can get in the way, but at the end of the day, some aren't only stupid, some are hopelessly human.
Yes, some are hopelessly human, and this one's no different. This one comes to you from realitypathing.com, labeled The Grocery Store Good Samaritan. One evening at a local grocery store, an elderly woman named Mrs. Jenkins struggled to unload her groceries from her cart. As she fumbled with her bags, a young man named Jake noticed her predicament. Without hesitation, he rushed over to her to offer assistance. Jake not only helped carry Mrs. Jenkins' bags, but also took the time to chat with her while walking her back home. They talked about life's ups and downs, their favorite recipes, and how often people overlook simple gestures like helping one another. Moved by their interaction, Jake made it a weekly commitment to check on Mrs. Jenkins after his grocery runs. His act of kindness blossomed into a beautiful relationship that enriched both of their lives. It served as a reminder that even the smallest acts, like lending someone a hand, can have lasting impacts. That's Hopelessly Human. That's the show. Later, guys.